actually, I don't need this, do I?
Yeah.
Is it on?
Okay.
I think it is.
Okay, so product prospecting system is, think about this. If you looked at your shelf at your house or wherever you keep your Nerium bottles, and I had some money in my pocket, how much money would it take to buy all your bottles? Hopefully that's not very much. Because our bottles are not to sit on our shelf. Our bottles are to give out to people. So they're free, guys. So give them to people. Who cares if, it does kind of sting a little bit when someone steals your bottle, but really we didn't pay for it, so who cares? So you don't want to, those are not to, hoard at your house. Those are to get out. So Mike and I have our Nerium backpacks, which I love my Nerium backpack because I can fill it with stuff. It's always with us. And I don't care if I strike up a conversation with someone at the gym or at Starbucks or at Caribou Coffee or at the grocery store or whatever, I don't mind. If they give me their information, I do not mind at all giving them a bottle of Nerium to take home and try for 5 days. So we have our instruction sheets that you can print off in the back office. They look just like this, the Nerium Experience. It has your instructions on how to use it, so we give that out to people. But the biggest thing, guys, is having a system about your product prospecting. So I think that the product prospecting system flyer is great, but I think you need to take it one step further. You need to have your own system. So this is what we do, and it may, it's not perfect, I'm sure, but this is what we do, and it seems to work fairly well. Let's say I meet Mindy at Starbucks on Monday, and we're talking, and she's interested in trying my product. So in the beginning, what happened was I was getting a lot of negative feedback, where I would go pick up the bottle, and they would say, they would either not be home, they would not answer my calls, they would say it stinks, they would say, I don't see any results. So take notes of the things that people are saying to you, and because probably the reason they're saying those things is because you're not doing a good enough job at educating them about what's going on. So when several people would say to me, I don't like the smell. It smells terrible. So what I started doing in the beginning was when I meet Mindy and I get ready to give her a bottle, I will pump just a little bit, because I have some in my backpack. I'll pump a little bit on her hand. I'll explain to her that it's a botanical product. It doesn't smell like, vanilla bean or peaches and cream or things that perfumey that we're used to. So I have her smell it, and I say, the smell only lasts for like 5 minutes. You put it on. As soon as it dries a little bit on your face, the smell goes away. But it's a botanical product. I say it kind of smells like green tea, or it might smell a little cucumbery. So that takes that objection off the table. The more objections that I take off the table when I'm meeting for the very first time with Mindy, the more she's not going to come back to me and say, I think it stinks. She's not also going to say that I don't see any results, because I'm going to tell Mindy, I'm going to give you this for 5 nights, and I'm pretty militant about my 5 nights, because it has value. You have to give it value when you give it to someone. I love when they said if I gave Mindy a bottle and my Lexus, I would go get my Lexus in 5 days.
Yeah.
So you have to give value to what you're giving them. So I'm going to tell Mindy that, these 5 nights, Mindy, are not to get rid of your wrinkles. These 5 nights are just to give you the Nerium experience. So whenever I come back, don't say to me, my wrinkles aren't gone, because I'm telling you right now, your wrinkles are not going to go away in 5 days. We didn't get them in 5 days. We're not going to get rid of them in 5 days. But what the sample is going to do, it's going to give you an experience. It's going to let you put it on your face. You're going to be able to smell it. You're going to be able to wash it off in the morning. And your skin, after 5 days, will start to feel smoother, softer. You might feel a texture change. But, really you need to give the product 30, 60, even 90 days trial to get, the real effect of our Nerium EV. So the more I tell her up front, the less rejection she's going to give me when I go get it. Okay, so I'm gonna give it to Mindy on a Monday. We're gonna meet for coffee. Give it to her on Monday. I'm gonna say, Mindy, tonight I'm gonna text you What's your phone number? I'm going to text you about 9 o'clock tonight. I'm going to remind you to use your Nerium tonight. Now, I always try to get Mindy's picture if she'll allow me to. If not, if she won't allow me to. Some people are just really weird about that. But if she won't allow me to, I go ahead and remind her to take her picture as well. So I text her that night. It's very non-invasive. It doesn't take much of your time. It doesn't take much of her time. I have her take her picture and use her Nerium. If you don't do that, guys, when you call them back the next day, they're going to say, oh, I left it in my car. It's sitting on my desk. Oh, I forgot. But if they know that you're expecting them to use it tonight, chances are they'll use it. And then I tell Mindy, I say, Mindy, on Tuesday, the next day, I'm going to text you in the morning about 10 a.m. and I'm going to ask you what you like best about your first night with Nerium. Again, it's a text message, non-invasive for me, doesn't take much time, non-invasive for her, no big deal. Then on the third day, I'm going to do nothing. I'm not going to bother her, I'm not calling her, I'm not texting her, I'm just going to let her use it and love it, hopefully. So then on Thursday, I'm going to send her a video. So I'm going to look at my back office. I'm going to find the best video I think Mindy will respond to. If we had a conversation and she's asked me a lot of scientific questions, I might send her the Field of Life video. I might send her the science behind video. I might send her something science related. If Mindy's talked to me about how she really likes to have fun, she'd like to earn some extra money, I might send her the Tanny video or the Nerium Experience video. So whatever she's already told me about herself, I'm going to kind of mirror match that with the video that I send her. So then if 5 days comes up, I set up a time to go get my bottle. My biggest objection is to make sure that Mindy Anderson knows a lot more about my product and my company when I go pick up the product than when she did when I dropped it off. Just think about this. If someone gave you a product, if someone... I don't know, I'm trying to think of if someone gave you a product on Monday, came back and just picked it up on Saturday and said, well, what did you think? I would think, well, you're not very invested in what you're doing. You haven't put any kind of effort into me. I don't know anything more about your product than I did when I first started with this process. And so you guys, it's a relationship building company. So you want to build your relationships with your customers because a lot of times your customers will become your next brand partner. So you really want to make sure, just ask yourself, the next time you give a bottle, does that person know more about my product and my company when I pick it up?
Awesome. Thank you.